I saved $275 buying Wagyu ribeyes online, and today I'm going to show you how I did it. I know I've saved y'all money in the past, but this is starting to get a little ridiculous. 275 bucks? Yes please. How do you do it? I'm going to show you. Let's go. This might be the only YouTube video that shows you how to save money on the most expensive steaks in the world. How do you pronounce it anyway? Is it Wagyu or Wagyu? My wife says I always say it wrong, but I don't even know how to say it. Let's go and see how to pronounce this word. Hey Siri, how do you pronounce Wagyu? Oh wait, you're not Siri, you're Alexa. Sorry about that. Hey Alexa, how do you pronounce Wagyu?
Good morning, Brad. Wagyu is pronounced Wagyu. First syllable like wag and second like you.
Wagyu.
Wagyu is pronounced Wagyu or Wagyu.
Wagyu.
Wagyu is pronounced Wagyu or Wagyu.
Wagyu. This is our Japanese A5 Wagyu. It is the most prized of all of the steaks that you're gonna buy. The way they grade these things is they look at the fat. It's all about the fat for this one. So what the color of the fat is, how much is streaking through the meat itself. This is like 60% fat. So that is what you're buying here. It is way more marbled than Australian Wagyu or American Wagyu, which tends to have much less fat. So this is an experience, people. You gotta try it once in your life, but this is an experience, and I'm gonna show you how to save some money. So let's bust this thing open, let's get a closer look, and let's cut and cook one. Here we go. As always, we will be using the Butchery Wizard collection of knives. This is the 10-inch breaking knife. Click the link in the description to either be put on the waiting list, or if it's available, then you can buy one. So this is essential gear if you're gonna take this butchery thing seriously. Under $50, but it's gonna help out. Let's go. Let's open this up. Here's our 3-pound ribeye roast. Man, it's almost like melting in my hands. Like just the heat from my hands is melting that fat. So we gotta work quickly. So here we go. We have our whole ribeye roast. I want to thank Meat and Bone, first of all, for go ahead and providing this beautiful cut of meat. That is the website that we are going off of today. I will put a link in the description. You know, you guys know how it goes. So what happens is you have this whole ribeye roast. This is over 3 pounds. The way that Meat and Bone works, and all of the places that sell this A5 Wagyu, is they have to sell it in like 10-ounce slices. So they're gonna give you a 10-ounce or so ribeye. The problem with getting that is you're gonna get like a really thin cut ribeye. This is a big piece of meat, so for me to get 10 ounces, it's gonna be super thin. So what I like to do, you get this bigger cut, we can double the size, we can cut it almost into thirds for like a 1 pound or so cut of meat, and then cut that into smaller portions. This is super rich, you do not need a lot, but again, that's how we're gonna save the money. We're gonna take this big piece, we're gonna cut it into much smaller pieces, and then you're gonna save some money. So again, I will go over all of the money savings and show you screenshots from the website, the whole deal, after we're done cutting and cooking one. So stay tuned for that piece. So again, we're just gonna cut this thing into thirds, and then we're gonna go ahead and cut it a little bit further from there. All right, here we go. So we're gonna look about where 1/3 is, a little bit thicker than what they normally do. You're gonna have to kind of straighten this out. Usually on a ribeye, I would even out the ends just so it's nice and flat, but this one, we're not wasting anything. So let's go ahead and give our first cut all the way down. It may be a little wonky because again, this is not perfectly straight cut, but again, we're just gonna make do with what we have. We are not gonna waste any of this beautiful meat here. You might need to put it back in the refrigerator a couple times to really firm this up. But again, we're just gonna take it, slice it up real quick, and boom, we have our 3 cuts from here. So here are our 3 cuts. We're gonna take this one here right in the middle, looks like the best, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with it here. Now, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this fat cap off right here, just trimming that down a little bit. And are we gonna throw this away? Obviously not. This is a very, very expensive piece of fat. So I'm gonna cut this into smaller pieces, and we're gonna use this to render out to cook the rest of our ribeye with. Why not add more fat to an already fattier cut? So again, we'll cut that off a little bit, and we'll go ahead and just clean it up just a little bit. We don't want to lose anything though, because all this is going to be rendered down in our cooking process. From here, we're just gonna simply cut this in half. And again, we're gonna slice the whole thing anyway. This is gonna be enough for 3 to 4 people. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it's so rich. You're gonna take a couple of slices and it's gonna be so rich and delicious. You're gonna love it. To a cold cast iron skillet, we are going to add our chopped up fat pieces that came off of that ribeye, and we're just gonna let it render for a couple minutes while we season our steak. Put it on low, let that fat render out, and it's gonna make even more unctuous and luxurious steak for us. While that fat is rendering, we are going to just simply season it with salt. I like kosher salt. I never change. I know you can do fancy salts, but I just like this good old thick kosher salt. Don't forget to season all of the fat sides and the cut sides. Everything gets salt everywhere, okay? It's just melting. All this fat, intermuscular fat from this thing is just melting in my hands. It's crazy. After that fat renders, then we're gonna go ahead and sear this thing off. I'm like a kid on Christmas. I'm so excited for this experience. So, come with me. I can't wait to share it with you. Let's go. We're gonna pull our rendered fat pieces out of the pan and reserve them. I have to make a little crunchy snack out of these now. No waste for this one. It's too expensive to waste. Look who wants to come inside now that we've started the Wagyu ribeye cooking. Of course, here she comes. Whew. This is really good. Sorry, people. Couldn't help myself. I have to try it. Everything gets eaten. Nothing gets wasted. Here we go. Ooh, I gotta put those down. So we're gonna heat up our cast iron skillet and put in our ribeyes. Make sure you're getting all the contact on the pan. So push down a little bit and let it do its thing. Once you put it in the oven, check the temperature every 1 or 2 minutes. You need to pull it at 110 degrees. Not quite there yet. Put it in for another couple minutes. Again, pull it at 110, let it rest. That's perfect. Once it hits that degree of doneness, we're gonna pull it out. And you're gonna put it on a plate or a wire rack or something like that to let it rest for a little bit. Let it rest for about 5 minutes and then we'll be ready to slice. All right, so here we go. Here is our beautiful Wagyu ribeye steak. I can't even tell you how good this smells and how much I'm gonna eat. I wanna eat this right now. So I'm just gonna take one quick piece of the ribeye cap. I gotta taste it right away. I can't wait. That is so good. Crispy on the outside, really buttery on the inside. This is amazing. Oh my goodness. Now I've had some Wagyu ribeye in a restaurant before, paid way too much for it. And this, I think, is almost even better because you get all the smells. It fills up your whole house. Oh my goodness. Let's get a piece of the interior here. It I don't know if you guys can see this, but it just falls apart. Oh my goodness. That is the most amazing piece of steak I think I've ever had in my life. I'm usually not the one who says you gotta buy the most expensive steak. I'm usually the one who buys the cheap steak because I'm a cheap guy. But oh my goodness, this is so good. It's falling apart. It melts in your mouth. It is everything that everyone on the internet says it is. This is amazing. I don't know if I can say enough superlatives to tell you what this tastes like. Now that I'm in a crazy euphoric feeling of beef fat and way too much of it, I'm gonna show you how to save a bunch of money. You clicked on this video because I said you would save $275 off of Wagyu ribeyes, and I'm gonna show you how. With screenshots and proof, let's go to the computer. I'm gonna show you how I got it and how much I saved. Let's go. I am on meatandbone.com. We're gonna go through all of the savings. So if you were to buy one ribeye steak, they sell it about 10 ounces each for $119.99. So that is roughly about $11.99 per ounce. Now, you can, if you scroll down one row here, you can get a boneless prime rib A5 Wagyu, and it is 3 pounds for $374.99. Now, the one they gave me, it came out a little bit above. It was 3.25 pounds. So 3.25 pounds is 52 ounces. So if we were to buy 52 ounces of the single ribeyes, we at $11.99 a pound, it would cost $623.48. Or we can get the quarter piece, what they sell, for $374.99. That is a difference of $275.49. Boom. All right, here we go. Pen drop, calculator drop. I just saved you $275 buying the most expensive steaks in the world. You're welcome. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and click another video to watch the next video. Man, we got so much stuff to do. Head to the next one. Let's go.